Hi, my name is Garrett Christopher. This is my YouTube channel, Garrett's Take. I've got two more of these channels. There's Garrett's Movie Take and there's Garrett's Sports Take. I just finished reviewing Black Widow on Garrett's Movie Take, and Garrett's Sports Take is pretty much dominated by the NFL right now. I'm talking about my predictions for each week. It is the 2021 NFL season, and on top of that, my Dodgers are one game out of the National League West crown to keep them out of the one-game playoff for the wild card. I really, really want them to stay out of that game. You never know what's going to happen in a one-game playoff. In any case, please visit GaretChristopher.com. You'll find out more about me. I'm a self-published author. I've got 4 books and a 5th one on the way here pretty soon. It is going to be a sci-fi series. It's the first part of a series called The Takeover, and I'm really excited about it. And can you tell? Aside from that, I have 2 audiobooks available on Audible for both my book, The Chair, and The Studio Musician, and I do a weekly podcast available both on Soundcloud and Spotify. So please check these things out, and with anything you look at, or dislike is fine too, but leave comments please, and follow if you can, and share as well. Yeah, I want to get some more viewers and followers and all that kind of a thing. So yeah, I think I got some content that's followable, and I'm giving you other options, whether you're a sports enthusiast or movies, or in this case, I don't know. This may be a little depressing right now. I'm a little depressed right now, but I promised from the get-go, both in my head as well as to you, that I would share with you this journey that I'm going on. And the journey has been this: for me to get step outside of my box and to get involved with the city in which I reside and help with the homeless population situation, right? Things have been very slow. Right now, I'm actually waiting on comments back from the city personnel as far as how I can get connected in. So next week, I'll do a little more plugging and pushing and see what I can get. But in the meantime, I'm going through a life change. It is a self-imposed life change. I have done this all to myself, and I'm trying to use my current mental state in a way that, I'm trying to set myself up so I can use it, perhaps, in thinking about that person that is homeless and what are they going through? How do they get to that spot? Was it just drugs, or just something else that led up to that? Right? Was it a matter where, okay, you start drinking and there's marijuana and then you're off from there? I don't know. I've never done drugs. You would think I had, but I haven't. Just in the mind, because I really think that's, and I hope this comes across, because last night I almost got up in the middle of the night last night and started to tape this, but I can't. It's too loud. But the one thing I want to convey in this particular kind of discussion is the fact that it's a mental thing. So let me share this. I am currently homeless. I'm living, as you can see, I'm in a room or a place of some sort. So yes, I have a roof over my head. I have a car. I have a job. It doesn't pay too bad, actually. So I'm not homeless in a physical, literal sense, but I have found out, and I didn't expect this. I expected separation. I expected heartache. I expected pain. I expected a huge change, right? And again, I brought this upon myself. This is not something that came upon me. I did this. What I didn't expect was the feeling of abandonment, the feeling of homelessness, the feeling of destitution, the feeling of just being lost. So I talked about an anchor. I think it was the last one. I talked about that. And I have another loved one who I think is going through a similar situation where their anchor has kind of been, well, they can't find it. I'll put it that way. I need to get in contact with them so we can talk about this. I think that everyone needs an anchor. I think mentally everyone needs that, whatever it may be. Like I said, sometimes it's the person's job, sometimes it's your home, sometimes the combination thereof. I'm thinking of 2 people right now that I think they have a great grapple on their home being an anchor, their job being an anchor, their lot in life being an anchor. And for that reason, I think they're very well-adjusted people, right? Humble human beings and great examples. I at times strive to be that person, and maybe some had thought I had achieved that particular step, but for different reasons, that I'm not prepared to go into right now, both because I haven't sorted it all out, plus I don't want to share some things. Yeah, it just never got to that point. Maybe in the future I'll get there, but now I'm 53, so it's just the future. We'll see what happens. But anyway, so the reason I make the homeless comment, I'm not trying to belittle homeless people. I'm not trying to do that, not at all. What I'm saying is that if I were sleeping outside, and I don't want to, okay, if I were having to like struggle just to eat, just to stay warm or stay comfortable, right, at night or the daytime, whatever, I don't know if I'd be any worse off than I am now. I went to work today. I got in my car. Well, I got up. I put on clothes and shoes and socks, and they were clean. They were laundered. I got up out of my bed, and then I got in a car, and I drove to my job, and I worked there, and I made whatever amount of money, and then I came home, and I just got done, like, taking a shower and changing, and brushing my teeth, and all these things that some take for granted, some do not. But with all that, I don't feel like I'm at home right now. I feel homeless because mentally and emotionally, I don't have an anchor. Where's this going to lead me? I don't know. And you know what? This is the beginning of this scenario, this situation, again, that I have, forced upon myself is very new. So who knows what I'm going to feel like 2-3 months from now. Maybe some of you out there have been through something, right? You're like, oh, come on, buddy, suck it up. Let's go. You're going to get through it. Just come on. Let's go. Give me some meat here. I don't want to watch some guy crying and snivel, over life and how horrible it is. In the meantime, he's, sitting here with candies and Justice League posters behind him. I get it. I understand that. I'm just sharing with you where I am mentally. And for the purpose of it, still intertwining this with the homeless discussion. Because again, and this is the one thing I want to convey more than anything else. When I get a chance to talk to some people that are actually homeless and have been homeless for whatever amount of time, 2 weeks, 20 years, whatever, it's a mental thing. And even when they are, even when there is a connection and they accept that offer from whomever to live in a place, and the city in which I reside has rooms available for people that want to, to go in. But I'm finding out that living in a room, having a roof over your head, it's very important, of course. But it doesn't take away the feeling of loneliness. It doesn't take away the feeling of destitution at all. In fact, to some degree, being in a spot where nothing's moving and it's all just stationary, maybe almost allows your mind to wander too much. So I'm thinking about a person, whoever that is, person X, who is out and homeless, and then finally the city's able to kind of reach them enough for them to accept and to move into this room they have provided. And now they're going to have meals. They won't have to go out and, sleep outside and search for meals and beg for, money to get food and that kind of a thing. But mentally, now, yes, a full stomach, that does change things, but mentally, is it really going to make a difference? I don't know. I really don't know, because right now, it's not even a fog that I'm in. It's just a wandering. It's a trek through the wilderness, right? And it's not so much that I'm weary or tired, but I don't have any rest. My bones, there's like a constant tension. I don't sleep well. Yeah. And the only time that I'm not thinking about my situation is when I'm actually engaged with people, talking, communicating, and that kind of a thing. So if a person comes in, they get a room, there you have it. And now someone comes on Tuesdays and Thursdays to speak with them and to minister to them or whatever for an hour, 2 hours, whatever. There's other people around there that they can hang out with. There's still the nighttime. There's still the most of the day where they're there. And maybe there are activities to get them involved in doing other things. But I'll tell you what, it kind of all comes back to the love factor. The person, the people you love, being accepted by them and that kind of a thing. That jumped. I didn't mean to kind of put that in there. It just popped there. We'll see about that later on. But yeah. So I don't know. Again, this is all self-serving. Something I'm talking about because I want to, review this later on when I get to talk to people. And again, to me, it's going to be all mental. It's not a physical thing. Yes, there's a physical aspect, but I think stronger than anything else. And whether it succeeds or fails, I think it's going to be a matter of the mind and how do you kind of like get in there and yeah, it's a struggle, brother and sister. Hey, my name is Garrett Christopher. I apologize for this being the Debbie or Donald Downer conversation. But again, I told you I would share what I'm going through in terms of like on this trek. And it's taking some different turns. So there's no doubt about that. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is going to help one person. Who knows? I only have 3 viewers. Actually, I think two followers. So maybe one of you will find this interesting. And we'll go from there. I don't know. I don't have any answers right now. Not at all. My name is Garrett Christopher. Thank you so much for checking in. And yeah, I want to say the next one will be upbeat, but I keep saying that, and they just end up being like this. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll tell a joke with the next one. I don't know. I don't have any good ones. I'll think about it. I'll try and find one somewhere. Hey, take care. Please visit my other YouTube channels, my website, GarettChristopher.com. And yeah, let me know what you think. All right? Take care. Hey, have a great night, okay? Thank you. GoPro, stop recording.